Hi, I'm Amanda of Inspiring Inkin. Welcome to my craft room. Today's video is all about this, the Stamparatus. The Stamparatus is currently on pre-order until the 31st of December 2017, which means you've got a whole 2 more days to place your pre-order. If you don't pre-order by the end of December, you're going to have to wait until June 2018 to get your hands on one when it launches in the annual catalogue. That's a long time to wait. 6 months is a long time to wait. So I got hold of mine this morning. So I have shot a really quick video for you showing you 5 different ways of using your Stamparatus and why you need one in your craft room. Now I can help you with your orders if you're in the UK, Austria, France, Germany or the Netherlands. And I can direct you to my online store where you can actually register yours. There'll be links firstly to me and my email and also my website and blog so that you can connect with me that way. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, just leave me a comment and I will help you. So let's see what this pretty cool tool can do, shall we? I'm going to start by walking you through the Stamparatus and everything that you get when you order yours. And just as a quick reminder, you have until the 31st of December to place your reservation. The Stamparatus won't be available again until June 2018 when it officially launches in the new Stampin' Up! Annual catalogue. I then have got 5 different projects to show you different ways that you can use your Stamparatus. So let's get started. So first up you have a little instruction sheet. There is information in English, French, German and Japanese, and there are corresponding pictures on the back. The Stamparatus itself consists of 2 clear plates. You have a foam mat. This is the main piece here, and this is the European one, and we have both inches and centimetres, and this grid is in centimetres too. On the back you've got these little feet, and then there are 2 of these. These are magnets. They are really, really strong. They're earth magnets. Don't drop them because they'll smash. Try to keep them away from one another because actually they'll snap together really quickly. And you'll see as I'm using them, they are really strong. Listen to this. So they're going to hold your paper in place. So they're the magnets. This foam mat, you can see the depth of it here. This is what you're going to use with photopolymer stamps. If you have red rubber clear mount stamps, you won't need that, but I'll explain again about that in a minute. Let me just move these off here. And then you have 2 stamping plates. Now, they are double-sided, and I'm really hoping that the camera's going to be able to pick up the grid. I really don't know whether it will or it won't, but there is a grid and it's actually etched in, so it's not printed on, it's actually etched in, and it's really going to help with you getting your stamps straight. So there are 2 plates and they slot in like this, so they go straight down and then they're hinged. Okay, so you can move them all the way. To remove them, you just hold them straight up and you just lift them out. Now, a really important tip, once you've got 1 plate in, don't put your 2nd plate in and then put it over the top. Can you see? It's not going to close and it's actually going to smash up your plates. So for storage purposes, what I do, oh look, the magnets have stuck. Your magnets will be underneath, but put your foam piece on, put that on, and then I just pop that on the top and then slide it back into the box. Okay, so one more tip I've been cutting pieces of grid paper 6.5 inches square to put in here so that I don't get ink on my mat or on here. The other thing that you will see me use is one of these. This is an absorber cloth. I'll put a link to the UK website, but you can get them from Amazon. Basically, it is a car chamois leather. It comes in a huge sheet. I cut them down. And I use these always on my photopolymer stamps, and I use my Stamp & Scrub for my red rubber stamps. But this is great for just cleaning up any ink splats that you might have. Right, so let's get some stamping going on now. Let me put this second plating, so I'm going to need that as well. So hopefully you can actually see this plate and part of that one. So first up, I'm just going to show you how great it is just for stamping. Now this is the Petal Palette stamp set, and I am so excited about this stamp set. It's brand new in the Spring Summer catalogue, available 3rd of January. I'm using this for an online class. You've heard it first here. Wait until the 1st of January and you'll hear more about it. So I'm actually just going to do some standard stamping. This is a red rubber set, so I don't need the foam mat. So I've got my grid paper. I'm going to put a piece of paper down there, and I'm going to use my magnets to hold the paper in place. They snap down really well. All I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the flower stamp there. That's where I'm going to want it to go. I'm just going to press down gently and it will lift it up. Now I actually want to put my congratulations on there as well, but I want it to be quite close to the stamped image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this first. So I'm using my ink pad, just lightly tap over the top and then flip it over and just give it a little press. You don't need to press hard, you're not trying to bend the plates. Nice gentle press, look, isn't that fabulous? So then I want my congratulations to go there. Now I know that if I try and do that, can you see that the two stamps will bump into one another? So I've got my second plate, so I'm going to pop that down like that and then lift it up. Now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to check, and let me get that pink piece of card and see if it helps. I'm just going to check that it's actually straight, and miracles, it is. So I can actually see the grid line runs all the way through there. So I am going to ink it up and then stamp it down. There we go. So words exactly where you want them. Now look how quickly I can do that again. So it's all set up now, I don't have to set it up again. So ink up that one, press that down, lift it up, press that down. Don't stick your finger on the wet ink. Oh dear, right, okay, shall we just do that again? The joy of Night of Navy ink. It's very wet. So let's pop that down. Quick press there. And again, and lift it up. Okay, I'm not going to touch it this time. What I am going to do is just show you the absorber cloth. I'm just going to clean off this, and what I'm trying to do is just make sure that the surface stays clean all the time, so you're not going to transfer any ink. So there you go. So obviously you can see how beautifully this stamps, and it means that you can do multiples. So if you're making wedding invitations or Christmas cards, or I know Christmas has just gone, but thank you cards, you can make multiples really, really quickly. In the current annual catalogue, you will find Baby Bear. He's a fabulous 3-step stamp. Well, I have a new friend for him. Sweet little something, beautiful little rabbit, and you can see here it's 3 steps again. So I'm going to show you how to stamp this rabbit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some cardstock in there like so. I'm going to put the bunny here and pop the Stamparatus plate over the top. Let me just straighten that out. And then I am going to use Soft Sky, ink it up really well and press down. Now, as with photopolymer stamps, you always do need to give them a second or two to transfer the ink. Now I can see just there's a little spot that hasn't quite transferred, so I'm just going to ink it up again. And this is the fabulous thing about this. You can go over multiple times on the same image. So that's the first layer. Then the second layer. Now the bit that you are lining up is the bit between his feet. So we're going to pop the second plate down, lift that up and use Marina Mist. And again, give it a good old press over, just give it a second for the ink to transfer. Look, it's coming to life already. Now what I'm going to do is, so that I can do multiples of this, I'm going to lift the plate up and turn it around so that I can put the final layer of the rabbit down. Let me just straighten that up. And also I'm going to just put the words there, a little something for your little someone. So press that all down, lift it up and use Night of Navy ink. And then give it a good press all over. Now there's a little bit missing just here, so let me just put a little bit more ink on. I can actually see where the ink hasn't transferred over the top, and then I'll just give it an additional press. And that's a great thing, each time you can go over it. Look at him. Let's just ignore the little smudge there, but isn't he beautiful? So that is how you can do multiple step stamping. So I have another lovely stamp set to show you now. This is called In the Trees. It's got a great tree image and a hammock and some bunting and lights and various other elements. And what I'm going to do is show you how to do 2 trees side by side, nice straight and level, and put the hammock in the middle. So let's get a piece of cardstock. Put my little magnet there. Then I'm going to get my tree image. Move my magnet along a little bit. So line up my tree. Give it a good press down. And then I've got early espresso ink. And I'm going to pop that down and give it a good press all over. And we've got a little bit that hasn't quite gone just there, so just give it another little press up by the hinges. Perfect. Now, the fabulous thing about this hinge system is we can lift it out and we can move it along. And I'm actually going to move it so that my tree is at the other end of the cardstock. So I'm just going to move my magnet over. Now I know, because I haven't moved the stamp, I know that that tree will be exactly in line with that tree, which is going to be brilliant. So let's pop that down like that. Lift it up again. I'm obviously not pressing near the hinges. So then I've got this little hammock, and I can position the hammock just there on the tree. I'm going to bring in the other plate to lift that up. My magnet fell off. Put the magnet back on. Let's do a blue hammock. And then we're just going to press that down there like that. Perfect. Hammock in the trees, and trees beautifully lined up. Love that. Right, let's just get all of that cleaned off. And then I'm going to show you another way of lining up to make the sort of card that I have wanted to make for ages and never had the patience to do it. Let's just get another piece of grid paper. Okay, so what I am going to do now is use the Happy Birthday. This is from a current set called Happy Birthday Gorgeous. And what I'm going to do is put my cardstock down, or a clean piece of cardstock. My hands, I've been doing so much stamping, my hands are covered in ink. So let's clean my hands off. Let's start again with this. So what I'm going to do with this is stamp the Happy Birthday repeatedly down this piece of cardstock down the middle. So I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to use soft sky ink, and I'm going to stamp my Happy Birthday. And then I'm going to lift it up, move it down, 1. Now this works best with stamps that are about 1 inch tall, because this gap is a little bit more than 1 inch. So if your stamp is about 1 inch tall, this works perfectly. But look, isn't that cool? Let's move it again. But this is the sort of card that I have been wanting to do for a long time. Right, I'm going to move that up there like that. Now this time I'm going to move it down 2, so I can use my pale ink again. So that one is going to be at the bottom. And then I'm going to move it up 1 and use my dark Night of Navy ink. Then I haven't had to clean my stamp. And I'm going to pop that in there like that. How cool is that? So can you imagine how long that would have taken if you were trying to line that up yourself, step by step by step? This is absolutely fantastic. So one of my favourite things about the Stamparatus. So I do have one more really cool tip and trick to show you. So I'm just going to reset my little area and tidy up, and then I'll be back. So this last little hint and tip is all about stamped images when you've got a die to match. Now this is the awesome Petal Palette stamp set, and it has quite a few different dies to match the stamps. Now what I will always say to you is stamp your image, Then put your die on the top and then run it through the Big Shot with your magnetic plate or a post-it note or whatever to hold it so it's held nice and straight. Now that does take a little bit of time to do. So the process is you stamp it, you take it to the Big Shot, you cut it. What if I was to say that actually you could cut out lots of shapes and then stamp them afterwards? You'd kind of think I was possibly a little bit crazy, but I'm not. So here is a template I've made, and as you can see, what I've done is I've die cut that little shape out, the little bird, and here I have a few little birds that I made earlier. Well, let me just get the magnet on there. Actually, I'll move it up a bit. So here is a little die cut bird that I'm going to pop in, and then I'm going to get the stamp and I'm going to put the stamp over the top, and I'm just going to press that down. Now I've realised that I've got the foam here, so 1 second, let's start that all again. Okay, so if you're using red rubber stamps that have already got the foam attached, you need to take this black piece of foam off. So that one goes there, that one is going to go in there, and I'm just going to clean off my little bird because I was leaving a bit of ink earlier. And then what you want to do is position that in the right spot. You're going to press that down and lift it up. So put your bird in. There's my Knight of Navy. And then you are just going to press that down. And look, there is your bird, beautifully cut, and we'll stamp again and again and again and again, and you can cut out multiples and stamp your bird. So it's not only intricate shapes like this, you can also use circles. This is actually the stitched shapes framelit die, so you can use that and we can put in the circle. And then how about we do something like this cute little panda. It's from a stamp set called Party Pandas. It's free in Celebration. If you spend £45, you can have this for free. I've just stuck my finger in the ink pad, so I'm just going to clean off my fingers. So I'm going to put my little panda there. Press it down. There was ink on it already. Let's go again, and because that's going to stay exactly where we want it, I can press it down. I've got to go again. Look, his foot hasn't quite come out. So a bit more ink there. Good press. Lift it up. Look, isn't he beautiful? So that allows you to do multiple die cut shapes as well. So that was 5 quick ways of using your Stamparatus. I'm sure you'll agree with me. You need one of these in your craft room. You've only got 2 more days to register, so make sure you get yours registered as soon as you possibly can. There are links below if you're on YouTube, direct to my online store where you can reserve yours, or pop over to my blog www.inspiringinkin.com and follow the links there for my online store. If you have any problems sorting out your reservation, then please email me, amanda@inspiringinkin.com, and I will be able to help you there. You won't be charged for your Stamparatus until it ships, and the earliest the Stamparatuses will ship will be March, so you've got a bit of time before you actually have to pay for it. Now, I know that I did really quick hints and tips and projects today. I will be reshooting more videos and showing you all of those hints and tips in detail, and then at least you'll be able to follow along and have completed projects to see as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.